Hi. Ha. Sorry, just checking if my drones are up to speed. Apparently, this is all the rage now. Wonder what I can attach to this. Yeah, everyone's freaking out about drones, so suppose we should be looking at our drones. Shalom, brothers and sisters. Before we even start, this video is going to be on the drone situation currently around the world. So let's just start with pray more, worry less. Fear is not of God, and it's not something we subscribe to. And I think this drone thing is pushing a lot of fear. And I was having a nice chat to Peter and Laurie from Prophetic Watchman 88 last night, and this came up again there. The fact that fear is an agenda here, and number two, what are they distracting us from? We always say this in the Watchman community. When something is a focus in the media, like this drone story is, what are they busy with that they don't want you to see? What's going on in Israel? What's going on in Damascus? What's happening with the Gog-Magog alliance? What's happening in BRICS? What is happening with the mark of the beast? All these things, the agreement that needs to be strengthened, what's going on that they don't want you focused on? Hence the drone situation all over the world. So let's dive through the drone stories from the last 3 days. Okay, and it's crazy, and we'll touch on a few things as we go. First one is, what are the mystery drones flying over the US East Coast at night? Multiple mysterious drones have been spotted at night hovering over the east coast of America since mid-November. Government officials seem to have no idea what they are, or do they, or where they came from, and the US military appears to not be able to do anything about them. If the military and the government claim ignorance, and the military appears to not be able to stop them, perhaps it is because they want them there as part of a secret government operation. Now, this is option number one, and it's a very strong contender for what's up with the drones. So let's just park that right there. Secret government operation. They're busy testing defense and detection abilities of American airspace everywhere. Hence, they're sending out all their drones, from small drones to SUV-sized drones, and they're putting them everywhere and seeing how quick it is before people start reporting and freaking out about drones, so that they can check detection and readiness on a large scale. Why would they be doing this? Because they know at any moment World War III could kick off and America is a ripe target. Trump breaks silence, suggests government should shoot down unidentified drones on the East Coast. President-elect Donald Trump on Friday weighed in on a weeks-long search for answers about sightings of mysterious drone-like objects flying over New Jersey, New York, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut, suggesting, without providing evidence, that the government may be shielding information from the public about the drones and calling for them to be shot down if that's not the case. So he's basically putting them between a rock and a hard place. He's saying, if they aren't ours and they aren't from the government, shoot them down immediately. If they are ours, then obviously you're going to have to come clean. Which one is it? If you're not shooting them down, we're going to assume they're ours. If you are shooting them down, then we know that they don't belong to us, which is a whole bigger can of worms to unpack. Biden administration officials downplay concerns about drone sightings and says people are overreacting. The FBI official added investigators have found no evidence of large-scale unmanned drone activity despite the recent uptick in drone activity in recent weeks. We're doing our best to find the origin of that specific drone activity, the official said, but I think there has been a slight overreaction. Really, FBI? Really? Overreaction? They just happen to be everywhere, but hey, we're overreacting. Maybe like the FBI has overreacted about a lot of other things. Echoing comments from the FBI representative, a DHS official noted that while his agency is not dismissing all tips about drones as non-credible, the amount of actual drone activity is likely less than what's been reported. So what DHS is admitting is that they're dismissing most of the tips that are being called in about these drones. Now, why would they be dismissing it out of hand without investigating? Because the government has possibly told them, we are busy with an operation across the United States of America, just dismiss this and don't concentrate on it. Again, that's an option. Former CIA officer believes drones are part of a classified exercise. He obviously never got the memo from the FBI or the DHS. So, this guy. During an appearance on Fox News Live on Saturday, former CIA operations officer, this girl, Laura Ballman, called the recent mysterious drone sightings extremely unsettling and posited that they may be part of a classified exercise. Now, in terms of who is behind this, do you see the statements that have been made by John Kirby, who said these objects are not operating illegally, Ballman said. Now, that's interesting. He publicly said they are not operating illegally. Now, if they were enemy drones, they would be operating illegally. If they were in restricted areas, which they generally are, they would be operating illegally. But Kirby says they are not operating illegally, which leads credence to the thought that it is a government exercise. Coupled with the several op-eds that have been out there in the last 24 hours about the need to look at our detection systems, it makes me think perhaps it's a classified exercise to test either evasion technology or detection technology in urban areas. So there's a lot of weight from CIA lady that says exactly what we think is a very credible reason for all the drones. 2 men arrested after flying drone near Logan Airport in Boston. 2 men are facing criminal charges after police say they flew a drone dangerously close to Logan Airport on Saturday night amidst concern over drone sightings across the nation. Members of the Boston Police Harbor Patrol Unit were dispatched to Long Island and located 3 individuals inside the decommissioned Long Island Health campus. Upon attempting to make contact, the suspects fled on foot. 2 of the 3 individuals were apprehended and identified as Duffy and Falkick. During their investigation, Duffy, one of the suspects, discovered a drone inside a backpack. Now that almost sounds to me like the drone was planted in Duffy's backpack, because why did Duffy, a suspect, discover a drone in his backpack? Shocking. Maybe he made as if it's not his drone and discovered the drone and they're saying it's the third guy's drone, or maybe the drone was planted to take the heat off the government and the other drone sightings and prove that it's actually just hobbyists. Residents report drone crash in New Jersey, investigation underway. Authorities converged on Hillsborough, New Jersey Friday following a reported incident related to a drone. Several people that talked to Fox 5, Stephanie Bettini, said they heard the drone crash and they are working to get the report confirmed by officials. Again, if it's alien or anything else and it crashes, it's quite embarrassing. Mystery drones now reported in Connecticut and California. Several drones reportedly spotted in the skies above Connecticut's suburb Thursday night, according to recent sightings that have residents perplexed. New Jersey's largest utility firm begs feds to shut the airspace over the nuclear plant as mystery drones are spotted there. Sorry. Now the interesting thing here is they are mainly over military bases and any nuclear type facilities, which is also interesting. Again, if it's a government project, no problem, makes sense to see how quickly they respond. If it's aliens, makes sense because we've had reports like that from World War II and on. But if it's enemy drones, are they busy scouting out and prepping for an attack? There's all these options that are on the table with regards to the behavior of these drones. Multiple low-altitude aircraft stalk U.S. Coast Guard ship. A dozen low-altitude aircraft spotted close to a U.S. Coast Guard ship amidst a mysterious drone invasion in New Jersey. The Coast Guard confirmed the sightings on Wednesday, saying the objects were observed in the vicinity of one of our vessels near Island Beach State Park. Pilots report UFO moving at extreme speeds while flying over Oregon. At least 4 pilots witnessed UFOs moving at extreme speeds over Oregon this weekend. Now, this is happening at the same time as all these drone sightings in the same areas. Unidentified drones sighted over U.S. airbase in Germany. The drones sighted over sensitive industry locations and the U.S. airbase at Ramstein in Germany in recent weeks. The Spiegel News magazine reported on Friday citing confidential reports by German security authorities. So now you have drone sightings all over America, specifically over nuclear and military bases, and a US base in Germany. It's leaning more and more towards this is an American military exercise for detection and evasion that's been run on all American assets across the world. There's no drones over South Africa, I'll tell you that much. Former governor says he saw large drones above his home 25 miles from Washington, D.C. Governor Larry Hogan claims he saw large drones in the sky above his Davidsonville home, located 25 miles from D.C., and called for the federal government to immediately address the drone sightings. In a post on X, Hogan explained he had observed the unidentified drone activity for 45 minutes. Hogan criticized the White House, the military, the FBI, and the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, for saying they don't know what they are or where they came from, while also saying they pose no threat. So, if you don't know what they are or where they came from, you can't honestly say they pose no threat. How would you know? Unless they're yours. Americans now threatening to take matters into their own hands. I'm surprised this took so long. As drones terrorize multiple states. New Jersey residents are frustrated with the lack of answers with the potential drone sightings in the skies above their homes. James Ward, a Jersey Shore realtor, shared a video on Facebook that showed SUV-sized drones above Island Beach State Park Sunday. Dozens of SUV-sized drones in all directions, the caption read, emerging at the same time, flying over the ocean and heading in different directions. What do you think? Well, shoot them down. Let's find out and have a look what it is. That's what I thought would have happened long ago, and now the threat is there. New Jersey police claim mystery drone evaded detection before disappearing into thin air. The New Jersey Police Department sparked concern after it revealed that a drone it sent up to track a mystery aircraft easily evaded their device before disappearing into thin air. So the drone hunting the drone couldn't see the drone because the other drone disappeared from the drone hunting the drone. The times we're living in. Ocean County Sheriff Michael Mastronardi said his force launched its drone after one of his officers saw 50 unmanned aerial vehicles coming off the ocean. How long does it take you to count that there is 50 exactly coming out of the ocean? It's interesting. The officer dialed 911 to alert state police, the FBI, and the Coast Guard. Drone sighting temporarily shuts down runways at New York Airport. Governor Kathy Hochul has called for federal assistance after the latest drone sighting temporarily shut down an airport Friday night. Officials at Stewart International Airport, located 60 miles north of New York City, said they shut down their runways for an hour after the Federal Aviation Administration alerted them that a drone was in the area around 9:30 p.m. Mystery orbs seen hovering over Minnesota sky. Following recent reports of drones hovering over New York and New Jersey, mystery glowing orbs have this week been seen moving in the skies above Minnesota. Video footage uploaded on Wednesday showed two orbs floating in the sky, eventually moving around before disappearing. Eyewitness Deborah Wagner from Northfield, Minnesota said in the video, "We started trying to follow them, but they won't be followed. They just disappear. Whenever anyone moves towards them, they back off." So you essentially have two different things happening here. If you look at the one with the pilots, they're more talking about an alien/Nephilim type craft that's too fast for them to follow. I don't think that's the same as the drone infestation. And then the mystery orbs, glowing orbs that they can't catch, can't approach, and they also just disappear, would be the same kind of thing that the pilots are seeing. So that is a side issue happening at the same time as the mass drone infestation, which no one wants to claim that is theirs. So the number one theory I would postulate right now is it's a government exercise for evasion and detection over all military assets in America and across the world, hence Ramstein Air Force Base in Germany. That would be my number one guess. Number 2 would be a bit scarier. That would be that the American enemies, Iran, Russia, China, are now using drones like they did with the spy balloons to suss out and do recon on all military bases and sites and potential areas they want to attack before they launch their missiles and do their attack on American soil. Again, possibly not this, but that is something we need to consider. And then number 3, the alien Nephilim kind of angle would only really tie in with 2 of these stories, the orbs and the pilots, not the rest. Because again, the Nephilim and the aliens wouldn't be embarrassed by lawnmower sounding drones and things that are slow and seeable and even crash and shot down, and that's all over the place. This would seem to be human-made drones, either being tested or run in areas for various reasons on this exercise that they're running at the moment. Hence why Biden administration is saying you're overreacting. They don't really want to give any more information and they're keeping quiet about it, and why they're not reacting on Trump saying shoot it down or admit that it's yours. So again, circling back to the beginning of this video, what are they distracting us from? What should we be looking at? And number 2, fear is not of God. We don't have fear. So they're playing with their drones. Whoop-de-doo. Wee. Not worried. Watching all the other prophetic signs as we move forward. So keep looking up, keep watching, stay on top of everything. All these things are meant to happen as everything for end times falls into place. God bless. Keep looking up. Shalom.